For diabetes mellitus, take propolis. As the great sages say, our best doctor is nature itself. To overcome an ailment such as diabetes, traditional medicine advises taking propolis. But before talking about this, we recall that the first type of disease is associated primarily with metabolism, as well as with disorders of the immune system. That is why even taking medication for diabetics, the use of propolis for diabetes is simply necessary. As you know, this beet product is one of the leaders in the fight against immunodeficiency. It copes well with infections and helps to cope with other misfortunes during a difficult period of illness. In order for our words to seem more truthful, we offer you some statistics conducted by doctors during the treatment of diabetics with propolis. For this, the usual tincture of bee glue was used. In the course of studies, it was proved that in 67% of patients during the 3 weeks of the course, not only the general condition improved, but also the weakness decreased, the sugar dropped by 2,4 mol/L, vigor appeared, polyuria and nocturia decreased. Royal jelly tincture. It was this recipe that doctors used in the practice of treating their patients, after which they made scientific reports. Within 30 days, 3 times a day, you need to take propolis tincture in the ratio of 20 drops per glass of water. Together with the intake of bee glue, it is recommended to use 10 mg of royal jelly also 3 times a day. With this method, after a week of administration, the normalization of carbohydrate metabolism occurs, changes in the cellular link of immunity increase, in particular, the activity of T lymphocytes increases. That is why this method of complex use of propolis and royal jelly is recommended for diabetes mellitus. Alcohol tincture with honey. This method of using propolis in the treatment of diabetes has been known for many hundreds of years. And over the years, people have turned to beekeepers for help. Even in the fight against high sugar, they learned how to fight with honey and propolis, no matter how strange it sounds. So for this method of treatment, ordinary flour, honey and alcohol tincture of propolis are used. To prepare the medicine, you need to mix a teaspoon of honey with a few drops of the tincture. Moreover, on the first day, only 1 drop is used, and then another one is added every day. After 2 weeks, the number of drops should be increased to the maximum number minus 15 drops per teaspoon. Take in the morning, preferably on an empty stomach. Alcohol tincture with milk. This method was also known many years ago in the popular practice of treating diabetes. For this, we used the usual alcoholic tincture of bee glue, as well as milk. Let us remind you how to prepare a propolis solution with alcohol. Recipe: minus 13 grams of crushed propolis, minus 90 grams of 70% alcohol. To get a ready-made tincture, bee glue must be placed in a glass dish, filled with alcohol and placed in a cool dark place for 14 days to infuse. On the 15th day, it can be used as directed. How to use? With this method of treating diabetes mellitus, a few drops of tincture are added to 1 tablespoon of milk and drunk 3 times a day before meals. In this case, the first reception should, as in the previous method, start with 1 drop. Add a drop every day to the dose, bringing the rate to 15 drops per tablespoon of milk. The course can be carried out from 2 to 3 months to 6 months. Important points. Diabetes mellitus itself is not a very simple disease. Most often, the reasons for its occurrence lie in many factors of the activity and life of the organism. Naturally, taking propolis and medication alone is not enough in this case. It is important to remember to follow the daily regimen and special diet. If this is interesting for you, subscribe, like, for which thank you very much for me. This will be an incentive to continue to post many more useful, interesting tips. You can also donate any amount you see fit to PayPal. The link will be below the video.